LilyUlloa here with Jose Benavidez Jr. Now, we have a great fight coming up. Let us know about how you feel still being part of these big cards, even though you were the first Benavidez to be a champ, and now still coming back into these cards now with your brother.
I mean, it feels good to be, me and my brother, we're a team, It feels good just to be alongside him, I had, a couple ups and downs, in the past, but like I said, I've been underground, I've been underground work, in the lab, and I haven't really posted much, but I'm coming back with a bang this year, I want everyone to see what I'm really about.
Every time I see anybody mention you, they say you were the one that got introduced to the Benavidez family. And talk about that, about being together as a brother, as your dad, still a team.
I mean, ever since I was little, I knew my brother I was the one who took my brother to California. I was the one who, my brother didn't fight before, I always believed in him. We believed in each other. And it's my brother's time, I had my time. My brother's time now, but like I said, I'm coming back. And I feel like everybody in life has, it's not easy. Life's not easy. You get ups and downs, but I'm in a perfect place in my career right now, in my life, that I feel like my mind's right, and I'm ready to get back in and ready to be in the top of my brother.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because even in 6 months after, your injury, and you've had life come in the way of a lot of things when you were a champion, how does it feel now knowing that you're at 100 again and having other people maybe dismiss you?
The doctor said I was never going to walk again, People can say whatever they want to say, they can think whatever they want to think. It's all on me, It's all on me and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm here for a reason, and with God, everything's possible. I have a really big faith in God. I believe in Him, and He's taking me in a path. Sometimes we don't understand why things happen when they happen, but it's all for a reason. It's all for God's plan, and I'm ready. I'm never going to give up, and I've never given up. So.
What do you think of people who say, well, it's time for them to find somebody else besides their dad? Their dad already took them so far. What do you say to people who want you to change your dad?
I mean, it's kind of, we're already older, What's the point of finding someone else? What is my dad knows everything about us. He's taught us everything. So what are we going to learn from somebody else? It's good. You learn something new from different people, obviously, right? That's why we bring different people into camp, to try to see what we learn. Like me, I try to learn something new every day, whether it doesn't have to be with boxing. But you can make whatever you learn out of that day turn into boxing. Like, say you're working out, I like working on my house. I use that, how I can get more strength, or how I just think of different ideas. So if you have a good team, why try to move on to something else?
Now you have a family. Your brother has a family. For those who also say, wait until after your career to have a family. How do you use your family as a motivation to actually feel that?
Because I have my daughters, it's just seeing my daughter right there when they go to the gym, and my wife to cheer me on. That brings out more of the drive in me. I already go in there to gym to train 100%, but just seeing them just gives me that extra push, and I wouldn't change anything. Everything happens for a reason. It's God's planning and timing, So I feel like no one's really ready to have kids. They're not ready to be a parent. They don't know how to be a parent until you have your own kids. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I'm happy. I love my life.
Lastly, you being the older brother, what advice do you give David? Especially, the fans can be very unforgiving. Sometimes they want you to just bang it out. And he kind of got a little bit of criticism in his last fight just for going a distance like it's a former champ. What do you tell him when those times come?
You're going to make everybody happy, As long as you know that you put your 110% in it and you worked hard, you get that victory. It doesn't matter what your fans say, because at the end of the day, people are always in the top. You're not going to make everybody happy. So as long as you make the majority of the fans happy, who gives a fuck if you make the rest of them happy?
Let the fans know where they can follow you and to tune into your fight.
Jose Benavidez Jr. at Instagram. Just want to thank everyone that's been out there supporting me and my brother. Happy New Year to everyone, and may God bless everybody.